Today I'm gonna make my own fabric. So about 2 years ago, I can't believe it's already been 2 years, I took a workshop at a craft school called Peters Valley in Northwest New Jersey. And the class that I took there was block printing. And I took that class with Karen from the brand Better Than Jam. She has a studio in Brooklyn and she does all kinds of classes. If you want to check her out, I'll put her link below too, as well as a link to Peters Valley School of Craft. It was a wonderful weekend. The campus is really beautiful, and if you're in the area and you're interested in craft, I invite you to check it out. Darren teaches there as well, so you can take a class with Darren. But that's where I learned to print my fabric. So of course I had to be overly ambitious and pick 2 colors to do, meaning I needed 2 blocks, one for the flower in this purple color, and then another one for the leaves in the green color. And while I love this fabric, I'm definitely saving this for something really special, and it hasn't come to me what I want to use it for yet, so we're saving it. But I had really enjoyed the process, so I thought today I would make some more block print fabric. This was really intense for my first time, and while I'm really proud of it, I want to do just something a little more simple today and something in a pattern that I think I will wear. So the first thing we need to do is carve the block. Okay, so I ordered a little kit from Speedball that included my little carving block, the carving tool, a roller, which you'll see later on, and it's for printing on paper. So it came with ink that was for paper, so I had to buy separate ink for fabric. You got it? You got it? You got it. So first I'm going to draw the outline with pencil, then go in with permanent marker, and then start carving. The kit came with a carving block that was 4 inches by 6 inches, but I was able to use scissors to cut it down to be 2 by 3 inches. And the carving tool that came with the kit came with 3 different sized cutters. First, I used the smallest cutter to carve an outline around my design. Then I switched it out for the biggest size so I could go in and carve out all that big negative space. Okay, so I carved out as much as I could. You want to make this part like very thin because where I drew the black is what I want to print. So if any of this is high, it could catch some ink and then end up on the design. So I'm gonna stop for lunch and then do some test prints and get started printing some fabric. All right, it's after lunch. Let me show you my little setup here. So I'm not doing a very large piece of fabric, especially since my block is pretty small. I didn't want this to take forever. And I'm probably just gonna make a tank top or like a smaller garment with it. So I have this blue kind of textured fabric. And then on my ironing board, I set up my little printing station. So I want to just do a test print just to make sure that I carved all of the negative space enough so none of this will get printed. Just gonna do a black. I have my roller and this piece of acrylic. It's covered right now, but I'm gonna put the ink on the top, roll the ink, then roll my block. And I'm also gonna mark the center points here just so when I'm printing, I can keep them pretty straight.
Yeah.
Here's my print. Oh, I think it looks so cool. I'm excited. This paint does not smell good. Ooh. And then you can see from my stamp, I just have a little piece down there and some little pieces there that got black ink on them. So I'm just gonna carve those out. I'll do one more test piece and then I'll start printing my fabric.
No.
I love how this is looking. I love how my cactus cacti are coming out. Does this kind of look like a beach ball? It's fine. Now that I've done kind of the printing in a row, I think to make a more interesting print, I'm going to do every other cactus, and then the next row will fill in. So it'll kind of be like a checkered pattern with the cactus. But I'm glad that I did this up here because now I know where to measure my next line for the every other one. And it should take me a little less time since I'm doing less printing. Some of them do have a little smudge, but I don't mind it because I think it looks really like homemade and organic, and I think that looks kind of nice.
Yeah. No.
All right, it's all done. You want to see it? Let me show you. Here they are. Oh, my little cacti. I think it came out really nice. Because some are block, some are darker, some are a little lighter. My table has a seam on it. And I realized when I was printing, where is it? When I was printing these, the seam came through. And it's hard to reprint once you've already done your print. So I just fixed it, moved on. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed watching. It was very meditative. And while it kind of took me, it took me a while, and this is not that big of a piece of fabric, it is extremely satisfying, extremely meditative, and it's amazing how using the block really helps to keep things straight. Like, I was scared I was going to look at this pattern and it was going to be all over the place, but I'm pretty proud of how straight and even I was able to make things. Some of my prints, have a little bit more black marks on them. Some are darker, some are lighter. But I like that homemade feel to it. And I think the design came out really nicely with the stripes on the cactus. A few tips I would give if you are going to do this at home is next time I'll probably add something to the block just because it was so thin. At times it was hard to hold. I got a little tired pressing down on it. So next time I might glue like a piece of wood or something to it just to make it give me something to grip onto and press down. I don't know if you could see, but I was holding the block and then putting ink. And it wasn't until I got to the end that I was like, oh, I should be putting it down, rolling ink on top, and then picking it up to push down. So I'm gonna have to keep that in mind for next time. Yeah, and in the future, I will probably make some kind of shirt out of this. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up at some point. I would love to hear how you thought about the process, if you're motivated to make something now, make your own fabric. If you're like, never gonna do that, that's not for me. I would just love to hear what you thought about the whole process and any questions you might have. So thanks for joining me on this little fabric adventure, and I will see you next time. Bye.